Mile Avenue. Welcome to your daily Kickstarter. Again, I'm Jerome Paul Sonko. Barija Andrew kickstarted it off with the news recap. Now we're getting ready with the press review this morning as well. Of course, you're still tuned in here to your daily Kickstarter. Smart means business, where you get to know fast business information as it's supposed to be. And wherever you are, good morning, Uganda. Okay, now starting with the new vision in regards to business updates as well from the press review perspective. As you can definitely see, is that the IGP Ochola has ordered private guards to get census. This is another one in particular in regards to a number of individuals that go into police to acquire private guards. Then there are also those that actually get guards from the police themselves. So these particular private guards are supposed to get census. Police wants to know how many are they, and are they following the guidelines from the Uganda police. Now also on the other hand is that 3.5 billion shillings has been lost due to power theft and vandalism in the region of Busoga, and you can definitely pick this particular report regarding this vandalism of theft or vandalism of electricity in there with Umeme, head for regional operations for North and Eastern Uganda, Trevor Chigeni, saying that the criminals vandalized transformers with the aim of siphoning out oil for some cut electric poles and conductors, which are said to be sold to metal scrap dealers. Now also on the other hand is that Mpigi Forest Reserve is under threat, as most of the people are actually continuing with the deforestation situation, and it's something that is actually worrying as we are looking at the matters to address climate change. We would definitely be part of this one. Now 400 million shillings fish hatchery in Limbo is in here. You can definitely get that one as well. Ministers urge churches to champion parish development model projects. Another report with the new vision. Then lastly, farmers and leaders have protested demarcation of wetlands. How about that one? A national cause of a story, but in regards to business as well, and you can pick it with the new vision. Now crossing over to the Daily Monitor this morning is that schools increase fees ahead of third term. Yesterday we're looking at the idea that schools are going to increase fees. Remember, at the end of last term, private schools did reveal that they will increase school fees as of 10% of an increment to ensure that they live and cope up with the current commodity prices that are rising higher. Now in here, the headline of the Daily Monitor is that schools increase fees ahead of third term. Now, because of education, a mini survey of schools countrywide shows that financially constrained parents will have to pay through the nose in order to take children back to school next week, as most of the schools will be resuming the other week. Candidate classes, on the other hand, did resume this early week, and most of the schools by third term November, students will be back home. Okay, now restoration of Isimba Dam will cost 560 million Ugandan shillings according to the Daily Monitor, and this is another big one. Then also is Kenya High Court has started election case hearings in there after the former Prime Minister, that is Raila Odinga, apparently went on to file a petition in court citing injustice in the election, citing that the election results were unfair to him and he was supposed to be president. And also now over 260 UPDF soldiers smile into retirement, another big report in there. As lastly, border riders now are embracing registration, which is ongoing in areas around Kampala. So that is more from the Daily Monitor this morning, and it brings us to the end of our press review as well as we head into the international updates. The international updates, we start with Pakistan floods, as disaster is set to cost more than $10 billion according to the finance minister of Pakistan. Now Pakistan's planning minister says early estimates show that the devastating floods that hit the country have caused at least $10 billion, that is approximately 8.5 billion pounds of damage. His comment comes as another government minister said that the 1/3 of the South Asian nation has been submerged. Now separately on Monday, Pakistan received a $1.1 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund. Now this money is apparently aimed to help the cash-strapped economy avoid defaulting on its deaths. The flash floods caused by record monsoon rains have killed at least 1,136 people and affected more than 33 million. Now, over 15% of the country's population has been affected with these floods in Pakistan. Now, the torrential rains have also washed away roads, crops, homes, bridges and other infrastructure. Now, Iqbal said that the country would face serious food shortages in the coming weeks and months and believed that the floods were worse than those that hit Pakistan in 2010, the deadliest in the country's history, which left more than 2,000 people dead, and a number of those were displaced during the time. Now, he also called upon richer countries to help Pakistan financially. As he said, Pakistan is a victim of climate change, which had been caused by the irresponsible development of the developed world. Now, to address food shortages, Finance Minister Miftah Ismail said that Pakistan could consider importing vegetables from ARC rival India. Now, even before the floods, Pakistan was suffering from an economic crisis and had been negotiating with the International Monetary Fund over a bailout to ensure that they get back on board. Official figures released in recent weeks show that the country had only enough foreign currencies in reserve for about a month of imports, as its economy struggles with an annual inflation rate of almost 25%. In a statement on the $1.1 billion bailout, the International Monetary Fund Deputy Managing Director Antoinette Sae said that Pakistan's economy has been buffered by adverse external conditions due to spillovers from the war in Ukraine and domestic challenges, including from accommodative policies that resulted in uneven and unbalanced growth. Now, the floods were not mentioned in that statement, he revealed. Now, many factors contribute to flooding, but a warming atmosphere caused by climate change makes extreme rainfall more likely. Now, on the other hand as well, the world has already warmed by about 1.2 degrees Celsius since the industrial era began, and the temperatures will keep rising unless governments around the world make steep cuts to emission. Okay, now away from Pakistan, we head to India as Mukesh Ambani, who is India's tycoon, one of India's greatest tycoon, has launched a $25 billion 5G rollout plan. Now, the Indian multi-billion Mukesh Ambani announced a $25 billion, that is approximately 21.3 billion pounds, plan to launch 5G mobile internet services in the country within 2 months. Now, Ambani, who heads the telecoms to retail group Reliance Industries, says that the high-speed network will be introduced first in major cities including New Delhi and Mumbai. Now, he said it will be then expanded to the rest of India by December 2023. The company is also working with Google to develop a budget 5G smartphone. Now, speaking on Monday at Reliance annual general meeting, Ambani said that once the family's 5G network is fully operational, it will be the biggest in the world. Now, the service will be rolled out through Reliance's subsidiary Jio, which is India's largest mobile carrier. As Ambani also said that the Reliance was working with US technology giant Google to develop an ultra-affordable 5G smartphone without giving further details on its price or planned launch date. Now, the cheapest 5G-ready smartphones in India currently cost around $150, and then the announcements came as the battle for domination in India's digital future is already heating up. Now, also, earlier this month, the Indian government concluded a record $19 billion auction for airwaves, including 5G airwaves, where Jio emerged as the top buyer. Now, it also drew bids from other major players, Vodafone, Idea and Bharti Airtel, and a fourth new entrant, Adani Data Networks. Now, the fifth generation of high-speed mobile internet, or 5G, supports emerging technologies such as driverless cars and artificial intelligence. It is also seen to be central to India's plans to transform the country into a $1 trillion digital economy. In May, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, said that the 5G would not only accelerate internet speed, but also boost development and employment. Lastly, from the international outlets, we head to Zanzibar. Zanzibar's first commercial center at Fumba Town is set to open. The first commercial center at Fumba Town is set to open today, known as the Pavilion, which is the commercial center, and it will provide diverse services such as retail, offices, food and beverage, medical and sports facilities, according to the CEO of CPS Limited, Sebastian Dissold. Now, a specialist contractor, Sebastian, for Interior Solutions, CPS Limited, is the one that works on the Fumba Town project. Now, according to Mr. Sebastian, the commercial center is built to support residents and community living around Fumba by providing high-quality services. The town has a beautiful 1.5-kilometer seafront and is located only 15 minutes south of the Abeid Aman Karume International Airport that is in Zanzibar. Now, as you continue to look at that, Mr. Sebastian said that the company has already completed hundreds of modern residential and commercial units and welcomes investors from around the globe to this stunning island full of opportunities. Okay. Now, lastly, away from the international outlets, we get into motivation time. We start with our business tip of this morning. Staying focused on the leads, not the sales. Content marketing paired with optimized website forms and intelligent email automation follow-up is critical to business success. This approach builds trust by giving away free value before asking for someone's hard-earned money. Focus on the leads, not sales. Content marketing paired with optimized website forms and intelligent email automation follow-up is critical to business success. Now, this approach, it builds trust by giving away free value before asking for someone's hard-earned money. So as an individual, you really need to focus on the leads and you shouldn't focus on the issue to do with sales because pretty much the goal of any business person is for you to ensure that you're going in for these particular sales, which is something that you have to have in mind at the time when you're starting up your business either way. But on the other hand, is you're supposed to focus on the leads. These are the leads that are actually sending you into getting this money. Focus on the things that are going to bring you that money or the things that are going to bring those customers, because the customers are the ones that definitely drive those sales to get bigger and better. Focus on the leads, ensure that you cover up those loopholes that are actually making it very difficult for you to make ends meet, and on the other hand, understand more better how things are moving, and in the long run you will definitely see some big results coming in one way or the other. So that is it for the business tip this morning. How about our business quote this morning? And right, with the business quote, we get into a motivation time where we motivate you as an individual to start up your day. Motivation when you're definitely opening up your shop as well, and as you open up, you start it up with a motivation. It can be very vital for you to at least start up with something pushing you up every day and teaching you something new. Let's get the business quote as well. Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, says it's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. It is fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. And as we speak of that, the issue to do with heeding the lessons of failure is that however much you're celebrating success, it is important because as an individual, you've struggled for this success, you struggled to be where you are at. And at the end of it all, when you reach there, you have to celebrate that success, however little or however small it is. You have to be very happy about yourself and about your achievements either way. But as an individual still, do not take away the fact that there are some lessons you've learned from your failures. Never forget your failures. Never forget things that led to your failure. Never led to things that almost threw you down, because at the end of it all, you get to realize however much we try to ensure that we succeed, there are things that already push us behind every time we are pushing for greatness. There are things that always pull us back. There are things that always tell us, no, you are not enough. Now, the more you keep on building on that, you'll definitely see that you'll know things that you're not supposed to tamper with anymore. You will definitely know that if I get back into this situation, I will fail. If I get back into this business, things may not move on the way they are supposed to move. So that is exactly what this particular quote is telling us. Celebrate your success, very vital, because as an individual, not everyone will celebrate your success as you do. Many people come when you're very successful, is when people come close to you. But at the end of the day, you get to realize that the more you celebrate your success as an individual, it gives you some good room to at least grow bigger and grow your business as well, because you know much more about how far you've come with that business, from the grassroots, from the startup capital, from the challenges you got, from looking for markets and all these customers and everything. So looking for these sales, it wasn't easy either way. So these are some of the things that you would need to celebrate about your business. But then remember, as you're celebrating, remember there was a time where you were failing. It's not good to look back behind, but it's good for you to at least have those lessons in check so that you do not get into the same mistakes ever again, or so that once certain things occur, you know how to go by them. All right, now that is it for the business quote, business tip as well, and bringing us to the first hour of your daily Kickstarter Smart Means Business. Well, and still add us up on our social media platforms: Twitter at Smart24TV, then Facebook is Smart24TV Official, Instagram Smart24_TV, and then the YouTube channel is Smart24TV as well. The website is www.smart24.tv, and I'm Jerome Paul Sonko on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Stick around, I'll be back at the top of the hour with the coffee pot discussions. Smart 24, driving business.